Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our island of Fawnhallow today? You know when your brain just like runs ahead of itself and you end up like mixing words up together? That just happened to me right there. Actually, there's a word for that, isn't there? When you get like two word phrases and you swap the first two letters of them. What are they called, though? I don't know. I always find them hilarious. Anyway, that was a weird diversion. Hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 4:40 PM on Tuesday, November 10th, 2020. Isn't news to speak of today. Something sock. I don't know. I didn't actually see what you said, but I presume it was a sock and washing machine. You know, actually, that's a thing. I remember it was actually in one of those books I read about, like 50 questions kids ask about socks being lost in washing machine. Hold on. To my pal dear, had a very strange dream about you last night. You were absolutely crushing some Tom Yum Kung. I don't know what it is. Hold on. Tom Yum Kung? Tom Yum Kung? I don't know why I'm saying Kung. Tom Yum Kung. Let's see. It's a Thai food. Okay, fair enough. It's a Thai soup. Fair enough. Like you were tearing into it and just getting wild. Anyway, I woke up hungry and decided to write you. Tastily, Raymond. Fair enough. Raymond far more cultured than I am. Throw this away, please. Yeah, it was like the questions kids ask book about why socks get lost in a washing machine. Which I can't quite remember the answer, but it was something like, wait, is red our vista? It's not red. It's a wandering vista. Something like it was actually socks are getting like stuck to your clothes through static cling. I mean, you lose them or something like that. And here's the thing, a new one of my series just came out, but I can't afford to buy it right now. Yeah, sure. I'll buy whatever it is you want. Savannah? For a fedora? I don't know why you're in a fedora, but you had an interesting previous face apparently. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's saying that socks don't actually just get lost in a washing machine. It was something like due to the static cling sometimes. Well, actually, there's multiple reasons. One of them is that they sometimes stick to clothes in unusual places, which means you lose them in the transferring process. Or the other one is sometimes they get actually caught in the washing machine. Rarely, though. I have actually lost a sock before to a washing machine. It wasn't really to the washing machine. It was like I was doing my laundry. Surfing KK, have we got this one? I don't know. Seems like we do. And yeah, I was just doing my laundry. It was back in uni. They had like shared laundromats and everything. And I was doing my laundry, and then when I got back to my room, like after I put it in the dryer, it's actually from a dryer. Now I think about it, not really the laundry machine. Here I am blaming the washing machine when it's actually a dryer. I got back to my room and started folding up all my clothes, and I was like, why do I only have one blue sock? What happened to my other sock? And I couldn't find it. I went back to the laundry room to try and find it. It wasn't there. Don't know where it went. I just lost a sock apparently, which is a shame, you know, because now I forever have that one odd sock. But to be fair, those socks are now pretty odd, so I don't wear them anymore. I should probably throw them out, Marie Kondo style. They no longer spark joy, as you might say. But there you go. I actually lost a sock to a washing machine. Quote actually, laundry dryer. It's like one of those weird myths which actually turned out to be somewhat true. Except for, well, if it turns out to be true, I guess it's not a myth. Now I think about it. Some weird phrasing on my behalf. But there's always small things like that, you know. What do people always say? Is like the house elves or something? Take things away, not house elves like Harry Potter style. Hello, Woody. So I drew someone else. Is it true you're way skilled at drawing, Slate? Well, I'm not sure I'm way skilled, but I do like it. Oh my gosh, I don't know a whole lot about drawing, but I'm super interested, Slay. You so had to tell me about it sometime. I would if I could, Audie. I would if I could, except for our character is stoic. A stoic wall of human emotion. Doesn't let anything in or out. Anyway, yeah, is it like house elves or dwarves or goblins? Is it goblin? I'm just naming fantasy creatures at this point, which is definitely not really the way it's meant to go. We just like steal things. I don't know, what's that saying? I think it's house elves, but house elves doesn't sound right. That's like a Harry Potter thing, isn't it? Oh, we've got some weeds up there which we should probably clear out. Also, don't know who our visitor is for today. We haven't spotted them yet. What's up, Amelia? You like your cliff? But you know, that sort of thing. It's just kind of, isn't it just you misplacing it somewhere? Rather than imaginary house elves stealing it, which obviously people do internalize that, but not like, oh, I actually believe there's house elves in my room or my house stealing my socks or whatever. Like, what do they even do with your socks anyway? Are they dragons? They like to hoard clothing items as well. I don't think we've really been into your house much, Caesar. Also, yeah, I also never speak to you when I see you. Jail bars? Apparently I do. You know, I just want my mushroom furniture recipe, so, you know, if you could just kindly hand it over to me. I don't know why I'm speaking like a mafia member now. It'd be a real shame if you didn't hand me over that mushroom recipe, eh? Wouldn't it, Caesar? Got a nice, expensive things in here. That wasn't really a mobster accent, now I think about it. I'm not good at accents. Cut me some slack. Anyway, yeah, this housing. It just reminds me of our old, I was gonna say fairy tale. Fairy tale's the wrong word. Story, I guess, about those shoe elves or something who like made shoes for some cobblers. Am I making this up? It was like a cobbler with a shoemaker left. Oh, it's CJ. Sup, CJ. I guess we'll check for more mushrooms and then we'll give you a fish to make a statue of, or flick to make a statue of. Wow, look how much space we got over here now. Feels crazy. Yes, but no. Wait, what was my point? I don't remember. Oh yes, and the shoe elves just like made They left our shoe making supplies out in the workshop, and then some elves came along and they just made shoes for them. So they didn't realise. I thought Raymond was Lolly for a second. That really confused me. Yeah, but no, they left our shoe making supplies out, and then they woke up the next day and the shoes were made, and we're like, wow, what's going on? And it happened like again. And then one night they stayed up and they caught the little elves making the shoes. And I can't remember what the moral of the story was, nor what happened. So that's my bad, but I'm sure I had a great moral. Something like, I don't know, house elves are real and they do want to make shoes. What am I talking about? People always say that for like bags as well when things get lost in bags, right? Where was CJ again? I don't remember. Somewhere over here. I feel like that's a thing. It's got a random memory of... Apparently, just all I talk about are my random memories, which are randomly sparked from the depths of my mind somehow. No, we were on a trip somewhere in primary school. And it's actually not really relevant now I think about it, the story. But it was one of my friend's mother. My friend's mother. There we go. That's how we phrase a sentence. She was one of the adults who were accompanying us on the trip. And she was like, oh, I got a money spider in my purse. I was like, money spider? What does that do? It's like eats your money or something. And she's like, no. It's just like a tiny spider which gives me money every now and then. And she opened up her bag. And I kid you not, there was a tiny spider just sitting in there. And for ages, I was like, man, I can't believe there's spiders just out there which give you money for living in your bag. If anything, that's kind of like paying rent, I suppose. But I don't think spiders have that conceptual value of monetary, well, it's any monetary conception at all. So yeah, that, not really relevant to what I was talking about. No, but the thing I was talking about was when things get like lost in bags and all that. Which I'm actually not sure is a thing, or if I just made it up in my mind. I think I just made it up in my mind. I don't think that's an actual thing. I'm not really sure. What was I even talking about? House elves? Oh yeah, socks. Socks and laundry, that sort of thing. Oh yeah, and ever since I lost that sock, I've always made sure that from that point on, it's when I left the laundry room, room to always count my socks and make sure they're paired up, to make sure I don't leave them there. You know, because it irritates me, not irritates, but it makes me sad more. Yeah, more sad than irritation that I actually lost that sock. And I was like, man, it sounds amazingly stupid, but it's sort of like, I feel bad. I feel like I lost the other half of a sock. They're like a couple, or like best friends or whatever. You know, Sappho and her friend style. And I was like, wow, oh, hold on. I saw that present over there. That could be a potential mushroom recipe. I just lost your other half. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but I don't know where they are. And to this day, still don't know where they are. Probably, you know, realistically speaking, somewhere in a rubbish bin. Or a landfill. Geometric print socks? Pshaw, that's not what I wanted. Or maybe, I don't know, got recycled. You can recycle cloth, right? Cotton. I think so. Ooh, what do you think about Vivian? Why, if it isn't Junebug Puppet? Oh dear, there I go again. I just can't stop saying Puppet. I'm sure there's something else you can say. You can say, what other words of endearment are there? Honey, sure. I don't think we've made you say honey yet. Honey. I don't know why I can't speak. It was. I do love honey. Very delicious taste. Thank you for all the bees. Hard at work for making it. Oh, Pashmina, we haven't spoken for ages as well. Oh, no man, apparently we have. Savannah just sleeping. What was I talking about? Yeah. You know? Is it weird to have empathy for a pair of socks? Sympathy? Empathy. I know, I'm just gonna... Even though they're obviously inanimate objects, I'm sort of just like, oh. I guess my brain can't help but personify them slightly. And it's like, oh. My other half, where are you gone? Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I don't know the rest of it, but there's at one point Romeo goes, "'Tis the east and Juliet is the sun." It's like Romeo and Juliet, a true tragic love tale. But perhaps with less impulsive teenagers. Ooh, colourful shovel. Sounds like there's a low-flying airplane above right now. I don't know if you can hear that. So yeah, what was my point? I don't know. Lost socks, I guess? Mismatched socks? Oh yeah. The worst things, because I'm not the type of person to wear mismatched socks. You know, I like my socks to match, you know. Call me crazy. Or whatever, but, you know, that's what socks are meant to be like, you know. They're paired up for a reason. Ali always wears, like, mismatched socks all the time. He always says it's like, what was it he always says? It's like, you do it to support, like, Alzheimer's or something. Which, you know, in a vacuum, that's a noble cause, but, you know, you always know it's just an excuse that he couldn't be bothered to put on matching socks. But, you know, the more I think about it, what's the point of wearing matching socks? He doesn't have to wear matching socks. I just like the aesthetic appeal, I suppose, of it being... I was going to say synergizing, which is a bit of a weird use of word. Or a bit of a weird word to use for socks. But I like to have them matched together, you know? They feel like a complete pair that way, rather than... You know, there is, of course, beauty as well in mismatching. It's so pretentious, what am I saying? But, you know, having different things, opposites attract and all that, but for socks, you know, keep it simple. Have them matching up. Like, you wouldn't wear, like, one, like, thigh knee sock or something of an ankle sock. Like, those are mismatched socks. That's just absurdity. But where do you draw the line? Okay, so you got... Imagine you buy a sock, a set of socks, like in a 5-pack or something, and they're just like different colour variations of each other. Wearing mismatched socks from the same pack because they're the same model, the same like feel, same brand, same pattern normally, or similar patterns at least. Fine in my eyes, you know. For different colours, okay, sure. Like I don't think it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it kind of makes sense, you know. Like you're picking out, I know, socks in the dark. We got, well, like. But one thing, why wouldn't you just, like, you know, pair up your socks and ball them up together in your chest of drawers, you know? Are you a madman? Are you just, like, throwing your singular socks into your chest of drawers and it's, like, good enough? Why? Just ball them up, it's easy. That way, if you need 2 socks, you can just pick up one balled up sock, and you've got a pair right there. And it's matching, no less. But anyway, so yeah. But I don't get mix and matching, you know, like different brands of socks, like things from different packs, different, wildly different patterns, and more importantly, different textures, different materials. Like, you'd pick them up and you'd feel the difference between them. You know, your brain's very good at picking up these very subtle differences. So you'll pick up a sock, or at least I do. I pick up a sock, and if I pick up another one and it's a wrong like brand of sock or whatever, from a different company or whatever, I'll be like, this doesn't feel right. And, you know, you have a look, and wow, that was actually amazing timing. You look at a sock and you're like, wow, it's a mismatched sock. That's why. But maybe all these people, they just lost their socks in the laundry, in the laundromat. Seeing Pashmina like that just sing all the time kind of reminds me of Flo, and it just made me feel a little bit sad there for a second. But anyway, and I was like, yeah, okay. Sorry, yeah, continuing my point. That makes sense. If you just lose like one pair of your socks all the time in a laundry machine, what else are you gonna do? You're not just gonna throw away that other sock, right? You gotta wear mismatched socks from time to time. Or in my case, I just never wore that sock, the other sock again. You know, I personified it in my mind, being like, oh, maybe socks don't like to be worn all the time because, you know, they don't like getting stepped on. Or maybe it's not the same without that other half there also along for the ride. I think I care too much about this. It just feels wrong to me wearing mismatched socks for that exact reason. Not because it's aesthetically unpleasant or anything, just like, it feels wrong to separate the socks like that. They've been together their entire lives since their creation in the factory. Or whatever else, I don't know. Handmade socks. Do people buy handmade socks? Is that a thing? I don't know. We should customise the shovel afterwards, otherwise it's going to break, and that'll be sad. So yeah, what's my moral? I don't know. If you throw your socks individually into your chest of drawers, for one, what? You're going to have to give me a good reason for why you do that, instead of just pairing up the socks and boarding them up, you know? Two, well, there really isn't. Actually, there really wasn't a point to my entire point. I'm just like, I don't know. That's why I don't wear mismatched socks, I guess, was my entire point. That sounds very stupid once I say it out loud. But, you know, whatever. That's how things go sometimes. Like, I think there's obviously, you can wear mismatched socks for good reason as well. Like, if you had one black sock and one white sock or something like that, you know, you got some yin-yang inversion going on there. Or maybe the patterns inverted on each other or something. Or the pairing makes sense, like you got, I don't know, Wallace on one sock and Gromit on the other. I couldn't think of any other pairs in media, so that's the first one that came to mind for some reason. Sure. I mean, to be fair, I don't like character socks a lot of the time because they kind of get very warped and distorted on your feet, don't they? It's kind of difficult to make out what they are. Oh, they look hilariously bad. Like, Ali's got some minion socks, and it's probably the most cursed thing I've ever seen when he wears them. To be fair, I'm not a stranger. I actually have my own deer socks, amusingly. Not like my own brand, like with my own character on them. That'd be weird. Well, not weird, but like, if I was to sell merchandise, I don't know why I'd sell socks, unless my character became a mascot, like Hello Kitty style, and became a brand merchandise mascot. Then I guess that makes sense. Alright, that's not really relevant to the situation we're in right now. Yeah, I've got some deer socks. They've got deers on them, obviously. I mean, I felt like it's kind of self-evident from my phrasing. I don't really want to sell those golden roses, to be honest. They're a bit rarer. Rar. So we're gonna just move on to clearing out this area, I suppose. No, what was my point? I don't know what my point was, to be honest. Oh yeah, the character socks always look so terrible stretched out. But, you know, you can pair them up still if you've got like a duo cast of characters or whatever, which makes sense to be paired up like that, mismatched. But they still need to be from the same brand, you know? I mean, we don't have to be, but especially, okay, for first things first, like, what's the order priority for what needs to be matching when you put on a pair of socks? Okay, my take, first things first, top of list, length. The socks need to match in length, or cut, or form, or whatever you might call it. Like, it's absurd to match an ankle sock with a normal sock, or like a normal sock with like a knee sock or something like that, or any other variations of length. So number one, lengths need to match. Number two, I think style. You know, we need to be like, if you got the kind of sock which got like like those cotton gym socks with like the super elasticy part at the top, and you match it with like a much more, I don't know, synthetic sock or whatever, which has got like frills on the top or something. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, have a cohesive style between your socks. What's this, like fashion advice? We do, darling. Doesn't really make sense. I'm not a fashion guru. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying random stuff. I mean, take a picture. Let's get some Nook Mile points. Why don't we do this? Hold on. Beautiful. Alright, see ya. What are my other points? Oh yeah, so length, style, number 3, material. This one isn't for as much as for aesthetics reasons. This one's more like for your feel reasons. Now, doesn't it feel weird if you wear 2 different material type socks on your feet? Don't you want them to be the same? It just feels weird, like if you got like a slightly more scratchy feeling, or like rigid sort of sock shape, not shape, feel, and then the other one's like a really silky, soft, smooth cotton sock. I don't know, I feel like that'd be really weird for me. Did not mean to craft, I just meant to customize. What's number 4? I guess number 4 is like colour and pattern. That's the least important. That's a rule you can break if you know the fashion. You know, it just goes for anything. Learn the base rules first, and then you can learn why and how to break them. So what was my point? I don't know. I guess my point is I'd accept mismatching colour socks, but the other things just don't make sense. To be fair, I've never seen anyone who would straight up mismatch like different lengths of socks. Like, I don't know anyone who would. I mean, I don't even think Ali would like wear an ankle sock with like oh, I didn't mean to pick it up a long sock as well. If he does, then let's be like, why? Should we start picking up the furniture and putting them in our storage? I think that's what we should probably do. Sorry, who lives here? Pashmina. Your house is going to become a little bit more empty as you sort things out. But alas, you will have a better looking house soon enough. Anyway. What was my point? I don't know. I don't think we have enough storage space for all of this. I suppose we don't need 4 of these chairs, we can sell them. Now what about gloves, you know? Would you wear mismatched gloves? No, I wouldn't, personally. Gloves are, I think, because definitely the material absolutely has to match for gloves. Like, you wouldn't wear a leather glove with faux leather glove with a woolen glove or something. That's absurd, for one. And 2, it's much more visible, you know, your gloves and your socks. Your socks are often under your shoes. Under your shoes? In your shoes, anyway. So that feels like far more forgivable. But gloves, like, I don't even own enough gloves to wear mismatched gloves anymore. Like I used to have a really cool pair of gloves. It was like they came together. It was a two pairs in one set, and one of them was just like normal wool gloves, and the other one was like fingerless gloves. But you can combine them together to get super warm gloves by putting the fingerless gloves over the top of the regular gloves. And you might say, holy crud! I don't know what on earth was just posted in my Discord, but not my Discord. Discord I share with friends. We should probably clear out the storage a bit. Yeah, we don't have enough room. We don't need all these chairs. We can just make them again. No, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, and you can have gloves like that. And it was really cool because I always used to wear them, and then sometimes Ali wouldn't have gloves, so I could give him the fingerless gloves, and we could both have gloves. So, good stuff. But anyway, I want to wear like a fingerless glove and a regular full woolen glove. I don't even know what's the opposite of a fingerless glove. Like a glove that covers everything. I don't know. What would you call it? I'm trying to see anything else we got duplicates of. We don't have a lot of duplicates anymore. But this is the best time to clear them all out. Because we're picking up all the furniture items from the outside anyway. I don't really want to get duplicates of limited furniture items. Got any duplicate rugs? I don't know. So basically mismatched socks, I guess. was my whole point. For okays and not okays of mismatched socks. Surprisingly, in depth. Everyone's got their own opinions about it. Do you wear mismatched socks? You can let me know. Tell me your reasons. You supporting Alzheimer's? Maybe you just like the look of it. Maybe you like the disorder, Give you a bit of disorderly control in your life. That's fair, Obviously what I'm saying is all facetious. If you want to wear mismatched socks, if you want to wear completely two different types of socks, you do you. I'm just some random person. It doesn't matter what I think about your mismatched socks. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone, go for it. That's a golden rule of life. Why do we have so many jockey uniforms? I don't know. Who knows? Not me. Some of these stuff we're still meant to give out. I think like audio might look pretty good with that. Very Hutchie clothing. I need to check the gift giver again and sort out some more gifts to give them. I wish I bought more Halloween stuff. I wonder if we can still buy it. That's alright, we got next year. I suppose to buy all that stuff. Actually, I wonder if we can wear mismatched socks in this game. In Animal Crossing. That'd be kind of cool. Some people are into that, Give a proper reflection of who you are as a person, but as your Animal Crossing self. And if you wear mismatched socks all the time, you should be allowed to. Not like anyone's really stopping you, I mean, but like, you know what I mean. I mean, like, allowed to, like, should be an option in this game. That'd be cool. Alas, 'tis not a thing. Well, it might be a thing. I feel like it must be a thing. I'd be so surprised if it isn't. It seems like a simple enough thing. Imagine if you can customize one sock in Animal Crossing. You can like choose which sock to wear on your left and right. It seems like probably an unnecessary detail and amount of depth, which I don't really want to program in, if I were to say. If I were to, not, I was going to say gesticulate. Gesticulate is not the right word. Postulate? Is that the right word? It sounds like the right word. Anyway, sorry, let me take a sip of water. Getting a bit thirsty now, talking about mismatched socks. Refreshing. I need to record some Hollow Knight after this. I've been a bit busy, so I haven't actually had time to practice it. So that's going to be interesting. Maybe I can continue my discussion about mismatched socks in there. 2 potential episodes about mismatched socks. Absurdity. We've only got 2 minutes left. What can we do in 2 minutes? There's not really much we can do. I guess we can start getting rid of some of his path. Because we won't have to do a run back and forth. So we get it all sorted out. What was I saying? I don't remember anymore. It was about socks. I feel like I had another point, but I feel like I've kind of exhausted the point about socks. There's only so much you can say about mismatched socks. And half an hour is plenty of enough time for it. Because, at the end of the day, just wear whatever socks you want. Don't let me be a weird influence on your sock fashion choices and that sort of thing. You do you. Let your clothes express who you are. Or, if you just can't be bothered, why not, If it doesn't bother you, why not? If it doesn't bother others as well, mind you. It doesn't actually bother me. I'm very exaggerating for a point of comedy, I suppose. Should we round off this episode here then? It's kind of gone off rails. So anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscriptions, all greatly appreciated. If you want, drop a Dear Darling Discord down in the description below. And follow me on Twitter. This is a really long outro now. Hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.